What's going on, everybody? It is I, Bad Billy from Twin Falls, Idaho, co host of Patriot Confederation and founder of the Bearded Patriots. And of course, there's my website. Don't forget to check that out. That is www.thebeardedpatriots.com. That's right, thebeardedpatriots.com. And as you can see, I'm recording in the Patriot Confederation studio just because some of the tools are easier to use. Because here I am once again addressing JoJo once again. I know it gets kind of boring, but there's some things I gotta say on this note. I'm not very happy at all over some shit that he's tried to pull. But one thing I do think is rather funny is it was just. Actually, if I look at the time, it was actually the day before yesterday because excuse me, here in Idaho, it is 12:36 a.m. So that means it is June 12th. So it was the day before yesterday on June 10th when I was actually hosting Patriot Confederation here, right here in this studio that you're looking at here. JoJo was hosting his show. So, that challenge I threw out there, JoJo throwing out numbers to see how many live listens you had. Well, it's pretty funny because you were complaining that you had very few listeners. I mean, of the recordings out there. But yeah, you were complaining because you had 6 or 7 listeners at the time. Let me show you how much I had. So I'm going to pull up one screenshot here. And actually, because there's a small banner, you can probably see it in the upper left-hand corner. There's a small banner and that you can't see, but I can only see the banner. But if you go to the look at the upper left-hand corner, you'll see in very, very small print how many listeners I had. But I think the print was a little too small there, so I decided to do a little cropping on this photo here. Yes, and towards that time, while you had 6 or 7 listeners, JoJo, I had 1,218. That's right. I had just over 1,200 listeners. Right there. You can see there. Of course, what I think you're going to do is try to tell me I'm lying and I photoshopped this or something, but no, this is how it actually happened. And yes, 1,218. Now, I'm not going to go and say that I'm better than I've got the most listeners, because I most definitely don't, compared to somebody like the likes of Joe Rogan or somebody like that. That is very, very small number. But wow, that's a ton more listeners than I had than you did, JoJo. Oh, can you fucking believe it? And you were complaining that you did not have very many listeners, but yet you're the almighty star. Yes. Yes, indeed. So there you go. I can understand why you did not want to accept my challenge, because whether it comes to ratings or number of listeners and all that, I would annihilate you. But what I'm pissed off about is your attempt to ruin Matt Connarton's life, even though, he can't even say Matt's name correctly. It's always Matt Connington or Matt Covington or however he says it. His name is Matt Connarton. And you've called his work. You've called, you're pulling off criminal harassment is what you're doing, just like you did with CB Radio. Now, I know you don't want to admit it, I already talked to somebody who had to drive truck back in the day into the New York metropolitan area, and he said there was some obnoxious guy always being disruptive on the CB every time he went in there. And let me explain this once again, Jojo. I mean, I know that cell phones have kind of overridden or overtaken the use of the CB radio, but truth of the matter is those truck drivers and many of them need to communicate with one another while they're on the road. Well, whether they're discussing traffic or like my ex-wife, her brother used to drive for Swift, and he was hauling a load of goods, I think, into Salt Lake City, and somebody rammed into the back of his trailer, and he didn't even know it, didn't feel it. Those semis are oblivious to shit like that. And somebody had to tell him over the CB that another vehicle had hit his trailer. So, they don't have one another's cell phone numbers, so they need CB radio for things like that. And of course, you talking over everybody and being disruptive, you're disrupting important communications, and that's against the law. And I have a feeling that, cops knocked on your door, and whether you faced misdemeanor charges or you were just simply told to knock your shit off. I don't know how that happened there, but I think you got in trouble because you were committing a crime. And now here you are, you're committing a crime again. I've been calling the radio station in Manchester, New Hampshire, and the thing is too, is Matt's pretty much innocent in this whole thing. He called your studio line once or twice, and that's it. He really doesn't give a damn about you, but you're going to go after him the way you are and try to ruin his life. I'll tell you what, if I'm called to take the stand against you and testify, I will fucking do it. I will. You have no business trying to ruin his livelihood just because he called your studio line. No business whatsoever. That is real harassment, Joe. And you need to stop. And I have your information. If I have to, I'll fucking turn your ass in if you don't leave him alone. I know it's based only on misdemeanor charges, but I'll talk to somebody and I'll see what I can do. And I do have my resources. I'm a very resourceful person. So quit fucking with him. I mean, you can talk all your shit you want on YouTube and all that, but the way you're harassing him needs to stop. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll be back on Patriot Confederation. Of course, that is every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Coming up, John Grosvenor and I will be interviewing an attorney named Peter Tickton, who has investigated voter fraud and election fraud. So that's going to be a good one. That's going to be coming up this next Tuesday. That'll be the 17th, I believe. Yes, indeed. As for now, I am Bad Billy, and I am fucking out of here. Eat shit, Joe.